G'day gang, Simo here. I'm sitting with Harry from Karting at Haynes down here in Somerset, sunny England, and it is actually sunny today. It's amazing. We're going to talk about Harry's experience at the Karting Spectacular. It's October 2023. Harry came to the Karting Spectacular for the first time in middle of January 2023, and he's had some really spectacular results, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But when you went to the Karting Spectacular, what were you expecting?
Because I took this track over April last year, 22, so it was a case of, right, we've got a rough idea of where we're going. This seems like it'd be a good event to just make sure we are where we should be going. Speak to some other kart track owners. That my contact list has grown from a couple to tens now, which I stay regularly in contact with. But yeah, we're going back 2024.
What made you buy a ticket in the first place?
Because there's going to be a wealth of knowledge at Fastline, and I think that was the main thing. It was, we know roughly what we're doing. Let's go and speak to some people that really know what they're doing, and that was.
So it gave you some clarity, some peace of mind.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's not just about what happens from stage,
yeah,
and what you learn from the people on stage, and we know this. You're like the poster child of this. I mean, you sat down one evening over a beer with one of the really experienced kart track owners, and he just gave you a wealth of knowledge that you put into place. I mean, what did you guys talk about?
First thing was, pulled up the track on Google Maps, said we need to widen this and that, which, like, cool, done that already. And that was one of the first things we did when we got back. And then sort of we just went through the booking processes and stuff like that. And then sort of the one thing I wanted to go there and get answers to was, what are the best upsells to be doing? Because the karting side of things is already going really well, but we just didn't have anything we could push beyond gloves and balaclavas. From the same chap I sat down and spoke to, we've actually got viewpoint rental cameras. I got just here, these ones. So I spoke to the chap about these, asked him about his experience and stuff. And this was one of those upsells which was bang on for us. One of the things we actually got back on the back of basically going to the Spectacular.
What's your average upsell per head?
I would say more people get upsold to now than don't, especially with this chap behind the till.
Yeah.
Redone all our pricing as well, so the upsells to upgrades on event packages are a lot slicker now. So most people that come in for a specific race event normally come into the office and leave with a longer race.
Gained some operational efficiencies.
Yep.
You've improved track layout.
Yep. And
you've got a whole lot of upselling.
Yep.
What has been the financial results of that?
I would say an average of around 50% increased revenue month on month.
Wow. Yeah. And you put that down to the Fastline Karting Spectacular?
Big part of it from speaking to everybody and getting the clarity of, because I thought I was going to turn up there and be bewildered with information. They're going to ask me a question, I'm going to have no idea what the answer is. I actually knew a bit more than I thought I did, which was nice. I actually gave some ideas, some other tracks, but it was a lot of the knowledge come from other people that gave us hope. Even if it wasn't directly what they said, it gave us a good push to sort of streamline something we already had going. So it's really beneficial.
It is all about that networking.
100%.
You get reassurance that you're on the right track, or you get help getting onto the right track.
Timing systems. I've got 4 or 5 different people I speak to with different timing systems, upselling stuff. I've got all the different kart tracks that do the same sort of thing. And it's also quite nice to see what special events other tracks put on as well, to give you some ideas as well.
It's swipe and deploy.
Yeah, exactly. You don't
and if you're exactly, but
if you're getting information, if you're speaking to somebody that's 4 hours away, they're not a direct competitor anyway. So being really good, and sort of after summer, sort of messaging people that you've met in Spectacular, going, "How was your summer? How was this?" And getting really good feedback from everybody.
So you grew your network of kart track owners, and you regularly keep in touch with them still, some 8-9 months later.
I had a Zoom call with somebody from Hull less than 2 weeks ago. So we stay in contact a lot, and off the back of the Spectacular we met Max from Tony Karts, and he's going to be supplying our new fleet of karts this year.
That's another story, isn't it?
Oh yes, yeah.
You saw the Tony karts in January and you loved them and you really wanted to get a new fleet.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a push for you at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You were struggling to get
We
finance.
thought it was good. We thought we were going to be 12 months ahead of where we are now. I think time frame wise.
Right, you thought 2 years time we'll buy these karts.
Exactly.
But the
6 months after we're talking.
But you put these things into place that you learnt the Spectacular.
Yeah. Yeah.
you've actually earned enough revenue over summer to pay cash for these Tony
Could
cars,
do,
haven't
yeah.
you?
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
Yeah, if we wanted to, we could, yeah. And last summer holidays, we did some holidays revenue in 6 weeks. This year, we had essentially another 6 weeks worth of holiday revenue on top.
Wow. And you've got your ticket for next year?
Oh, yep, got that. Yep.
And what would you say to someone thinking about coming to Barcelona, to the karting spectacular?
Yeah, no, I'd say definitely go for it. I said, might have a hangover at some point, but if you've had a hangover, it means you've been talking to the early hours about kart tracks, which is great. And I will admit, I was up to the early hours every morning, talking with other kart track owners. You get 2 weeks worth of conversations in a few nights, so you really make the most of it.
All right. Thanks for taking the time to have a chat with me about this, and I'll see you in Barcelona.
Oh, yes.
See you later, guys.